Hey Siri, remind me to watch this video on January 1st, 2030. You can watch this video if you want, but this one's not for you. This one's for me. Dear 2030 me. All right, today is Friday, March 11th, 2022. Right now, we're rocking Jeep Grand Cherokee. It runs on gas, but you're saving monthly for an electric car. Cap, morning. Coming in the back entrance here. Been doing this lately, not really sure why. So you currently teach 4 different classes. First hour is French IBS 01. Second hour is Cat's Eye News, TV News. Third hour, you teach broadcast communications, which is like digital storytelling. Then you get a break. Fifth hour, another IB French. And then sixth hour, you teach French 3. You also have these shoes that seem to love to squeak while you walk because it's snowing on March 11th. Not cool. Looks like the teacher staff, looks like they're practicing right now. Let's see what Zook's got. You got any game? Nope. You unfortunately can't go to the game because you will be at your son's soccer tournament and you are very excited about that because you've not really been to a tournament in 2 years. Well, this year you got a new room. You inherited from some pretty talented people and there's all kinds of rooms back here. Right now here we have this radio studio that one day you hope to have lots of cool stuff in here. We have this other room that we're working on. It is a podcasting room that still needs development. Apparently, sometimes you eat lunch in here, so you left your orange from yesterday. So from there, there's another room over here. It's a TV studio, and it looks like this. Right now, the teleprompter system died, and IT is working on it. But right now, our system is simply a pile of yearbooks with a Chromebook that we put on top here, and we have a slide presentation so that the kids in the stools can read. It's TriCaster, which does all of the broadcasting. It no longer connects to the internet. So we have to record everything on here and then upload to YouTube. Right now, this is a studio that you've been working on. It's called Studio 6. This is where you actually have a student every Friday. He records a podcast. It's still an absolute hot mess in here. So there's some of the facilities. Again, they're like if you had to give it a percent of finished, you'd probably give it about a 20%. This is another hallway that I'm not showing you because it's actually embarrassingly dirty. But all right, here is your classroom. This year in your broadcast communications class, you had kids start printing out their photos. You actually had Novi staff, you reached out to them and asked if they had any frames. And we've got a bunch of frames here and we're still working. I'm actually working on an order right now for all of these. Okay, so right now you are prepping for first hour. Your first hour, again, is French IBS 01. Every day on Friday, every day you play a song. And then on Fridays, in most of my classes, we have a thing called Venting Vendredi, and it's where we get in a big circle. And I have this, you have this sandwich that you pass around, and each kid gets an opportunity to kind of vent about their week. Maybe they had something that was bugging them, or they get to celebrate about something they're excited about, or sometimes I ask an extra little question that just, like, I don't know, whatever, apples or oranges. It's always better than that. Your first hour is almost over. Today we did Venting Vendredi, and we worked with whiteboards, and after that the kids are writing on a little discussion question, and they're all staring at me right now because there's still about 4 minutes left of class. Your first hour, you like them a lot. There's only 20 of them, but there are 2 people that sometimes show up late and your heart hurts every single time they're late. Your next hour is TV news. When we get into them all. All right, first hour is officially over. TV news are coming in. Almost all of my kids in TV news are seniors. All right, your second hour is almost over. Second hour is TV news. There's quite a few gray hairs that your TV news has given you over the last year. But somehow you like most of them. You are working on stories right now for Ukraine and whether kids use lockers or not. So it'll be interesting to see if that continues. Next hour, you have broadcast communications. Most people in the school think that broadcast communications is the same class as TV news. It's not. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Third hour coming up, broadcast communications. We are working on passion projects right now. We have students that are doing some vlogging or music editing, or they are making some short films. Anyway, right now the kids are able to have independent time to work. Some of the kids are motivated. Some, if I don't get on them, will be on TikTok all hour. So one thing that in your new room is further away from everything. And during passing time, you have to be in the hallway, make sure that everyone is behaving and safe. But the biggest problem is the fact that you're away from like all the other classrooms, so all of your teacher friends you don't get to see anymore. And so it's kind of lonely. It's kind of lonely over here. Side note, usually you always go to Starbucks every morning because this Christmas season you got a lot of gift cards from students and you were really grateful and you've been using it, but today you didn't. And so you went with your Keurig, which is still Starbucks, but I don't know, it's just not the same from the store, so you're feeling a little off today. Third hour just ended, and now you have fourth hour conference. It took you 17 years to get fourth hour conference, but it's a big deal because fourth hour is 10 minutes longer. So technically, every day you get 10 extra minutes of break. So wanna be my vlog, Jake?
Yeah.
All right. This is Jake. He has world famous podcast called Poison Dart Frog. Yep, so you're gonna have some lunch. All right, so you just finished lunch and your classroom is like far away from everything. And although you really like the facility, it's great, you have no friends over here. So sometimes on your lunch period, you go for a little bit of a walk, see if you can find some friends. So sometimes on your walks, it can be hard to find friends, but usually when you walk in this room, you have a couple friends.
Bone to the Jewer, Mr. LeTarte, bone to the Jewer.
We got K-Wall.
How we doing today?
Katrine.
Am I even in your shot?
Yeah. So it's really lonely over where you are, so you come say hi. They're the most friendly for the most part. So you're...
For the most part?
For the all part.
Snizel's really nice too. Okay, fourth hour just ended, and that was my break time. So now my fifth hour is starting, and we have IB SL1 French again. So this class is really small. I only have 13 kids, and I think 2 or 3 are going to be out today for DECA. So my fifth hour just ended. I was right, there are only 10 people in class today. My fifth hour is great. They're super quiet, but yeah, just a real small class. Now we're moving on to advisory. Advisory only happens on Mondays and Fridays, but advisory is where kids can come in here and they can go travel to other classes and get help with their homework or tests. And so, yeah. Some kids are going to see other teachers. Some are going to be tutoring. For example, Tally here, she's going to tutor someone in what? What are you tutoring?
Math.
Math, like, oh, Algebra 1, letter math. Okay, so advisory is over, and I had a bunch of kids in here today that were just in the back rooms doing some work. They're doing a little music edit for our senior music video that we're working on. Hopefully we're gonna shoot that in May. I hope it goes well. Right now we're about to go into French 3. We're working on reflexive verbs, and we practice them by talking about our morning routine. But before we do anything, we have venting vendredi, and this class is the world record holder for longest venting vendredi. If I let them, they will take all 43 minutes of class. So hopefully in the future, you've got that figured out, because they have definitely taken advantage of you this year. Oh, this is also my last class of the day. It's the end of 6th hour. My French 3s did it again. They spent too much time talking, but I think it was worth it because kids got to express themselves, and that's good. They want to declare every Friday just vending vendredi, which we can't do, but anyway, I think it was a good session.
I really think we should be able to do that.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see about that. March 11th, 2022. You're tired. Emotionally and physically. There's a lot on camera you don't see. Just a lot of little nuanced stuff, and you're tired. But that's kind of the life of a teacher. I'm really curious to see if, when you watch this, if you're still here, and if this room still looks like it does. I don't know. All right. See you in the year 2030.